Hello, I'm Lloydetta Quaco, and welcome to Sharing Our Cultures. Winnie is here with me, and she'll share how you can be a successful business owner. Hello and welcome to Sharing Our Cultures. And joining me now is Winnie, and she has established a successful business here in Newfoundland and Labrador. Welcome to Sharing Our Cultures.
Thank you for having me.
It's our pleasure. And when I think about you and what you have achieved, I kind of think, how did you end up in this province in the first place?
They say when you get married, you follow your spouse to wherever you guys want to make your dream come true. So my husband came here as a student, so we came to Newfoundland for him to finish his studies, and that's where I came in to Newfoundland. We never heard about it before, but the school brought us here.
Okay. And what was the experience like for you when you came here?
It's totally different from where we're coming from. We're coming from a country where there are more of introverts and language little barrier for us. Coming to Canada was totally a different story for us. It was the first time we heard our neighbors say hello to us, and we were turning our heads, looking around, is he talking to me? So Newfoundland was a total game changer for us.
But you came and stayed, so he completed his studies, did he?
Yes,
Yeah.
he completed and is still reading because he loves reading.
Okay.
That's part of his hobby. But for me, we saw this place and we just fell in love for what it is. It's a place where we just said it's good to raise a family, it's quiet, and people are willing to help you and share with you. So we say, why not stay here and just raise our family here? This is a family-friendly environment.
Okay. And so the idea of starting a business, how did that come about?
Oh,
Story.
it's just me. I actually was working and we were laid off for some time. When we were laid off, before now, when I go to churches, go to events, and I love dressing anyway, and people get to ask me, where did you get this from? Where did you get this from? I see the excitement in their faces and I see the interest. So I said, oh, it seems they want to share my culture. Why not bring it down here? And since this is home for me, why not share what you treasure with the people around you that are looking up to it? That's where it started from.
Okay, so, but then how did you know? Because so this was the idea, this was what you thought you would want to do, but how does the actual logistics of getting your business, of making it, getting the fabrics, like what did you have to do to make that happen?
Okay, I had to go to it's a career event. It's just towards they call them, they welcome new Canadians into Newfoundland. It's just an association. So I went there in search for information, and with their help I was able to find out that there's a place called the Newfoundland Craft Council. And I also have to find out about the farmers market. They were the one that brought this to my attention. I never knew about them. I reached out to them and they were able to ask questions around, and they were able to guide me and link me to all the necessary people that helped the business to succeed to today.
So when you decided that you were going to start the business, how did you decide on what items you were going to make? What did you think were the ones that people would want to have?
I thought of bags because as at that time, people were already talking about reusable. So I said, you need to get this out there to something that it's being used regularly, you know. And I thought of making a bag first. I did, which I did. And I started selling the bags first. And I could see people walking around with the bags. And the whole idea was to make every family in Newfoundland have each of my piece. And COVID came, and it was just the right opportunity that came in to do the face masks.
Okay. So when COVID came, what were the products you were making then?
As at the time when COVID came, I was making bags, but the face mask was now my priority because then they were looking for cotton, something good that you lay on the nose, to protect. So it was just the right time. I was selling bags, I was selling maybe some other purses, coin purses, aprons, but the COVID made a game changer for me, like changing the whole story. People needed face masks, and I had to find a way to figure it out to get it out there.
So did you already know how to make a face mask? Was it something you had to learn to do? Did you created a pattern, a prototype? How did you go about that?
I reached out to a lady. She's been very close. She's part of my success story. Her name is Kelly. She's very good. I think she works with the East Coast company back in downtown. So I reached out to her. She made the face mask first. So I reached out to her, do you have a pattern? She sent me the pattern. But even after sending you the pattern, you still need to look how to fix this well. I did it the first time, it was too big. I did it the first time, it was too tight. The second time, rather, it was too tight. And, our faces are different. So you have to find a way to get the contours and everywhere covered. So I had to pull hers apart. The one she sold to me, I pull it apart. I had to look, I have to figure out how do I make this other parts, everywhere closed. So I think it's just the passion. If you have the passion there, you keep repeating it till you get it right. Yeah.
And so even though there were lots of masks, there were plain black or plain white, or you were making masks with other fabrics.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what kind of fabrics were you using then?
I was using the African fabric. We all know most African countries have cotton, and it's so much over there. And maybe because we have so much, so we get to play with colors. So these colors are vibrant, they're bright, and it tends to attract people. And when something is bright and beautiful, it brings out happiness. There's this cheerfulness. So I thought, why not use the fabric to make face masks?
Okay. So some of the African fabrics that displayed here, you used some of those to make the face masks?
Yes.
And of course you sold a lot of those.
I
can
did.
Imagine.
That
Okay.
was a change for the business. When we had the COVID then, I think nobody expected it, and I had a lot of cotton fabric already shipped all the way from Africa. So I started making. I tried to make the price reasonable because I wanted it to go out there to everyone. It's so interesting, that period when I go to Walmart, go to Sobeys, you just turn your head and you see your fabric on people's noses, like it was just out there. It was everywhere.
So I guess that added to the success, because the more people saw your product and the more people wanted it and the more you had to make. I'm afraid to ask you how many face masks you eventually
I sold thousands of it.
I could imagine.
I had my mom around, my husband and my daughter. Some were trimming, some were ironing. We all became workers all of a sudden.
It became a family business and a family enterprise, everybody chipping in
Yes.
to make sure you had it done.
Yes.
Okay. Now I'm interested in the name that you gave to the business. How did that come about? And
So the name Signage, when I'm a religious person.
okay.
I don't really, I pray like before I make an attempt to make anything, and I prayed about it if I should go ahead, because it seems to me the signage is a logo. Most people ask, is it not just like a postal? Yes, it is a poster for us. It's a way to show ourselves to the world that it's unique, it's different, it's something bright, and I believe with a religious part of it, I think it's a name that is just given, because I could hear the name from inside of me and I didn't know. I tried to change it, but I just didn't feel right about it. So I decided to just settle for it. After all, big organizations that have large names, the name doesn't really make sense, but what makes it unique, it's different. It's just you. You're going to be like a signage, like a poster to the whole world. That's the way I see it.
All right. Yeah, now I understand the meaning behind
Thank you so
your
much.
decision to do that. So it's called Signage
Clothing
and
Crafts.
Crafts.
Yes.
Okay. So this was what you promoted, I guess, when you were out there. So this was all part of your masks and your bags and all the other products you made. Or did you start making the products and then decided on the name?
I did this. I started at first making the product, then the name was just too hard for me to get. I was going through all the names, you know, when something is just not, you just feel I need to get a name. You start thinking about it even when you're sleeping, you're walking, it keeps coming to you. You just need to get a name. The business is already growing. So I started making the product first before the name came about.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right then. And then you had an opportunity to sell these products at the farmers market.
Yes.
So what was the process like for that?
So for you to sell at the farmers market, you have to go through the craft council. They have to go through your product. They have to vet it. They, look through if everything is okay, if it's well made. And I went through that process with the help of that organization I talked about that brings new Canadians into Newfoundland. So they took me there and they went through the product and it was certified to be able to sell at the farmers market. So that was how the whole farmers market, and everybody knows the farmers market, where every culture, people come around to eat, to relax, to drink. So it was just the right place at the right time to sell the product.
Right. And when I go to the farmers market, you have the right position at the right place. Because as soon as you go in, yours is pretty much the first stand that you will see. And of course, it made that very popular, and it added to the success of your business.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, we're going to take a short break, and when we come back, you're going to give us some ideas for the people who are here, who've come in newly, and are thinking, I want to start a business. I want to have a successful business like Winnie. And maybe you can give them some tips and tell them, what they can do. And we'll also talk about you were so successful that someone wanted to write about you. So we'll tell about that story as well when we come back, right? Okay.
Thank you so much.
And Sharing Our Cultures will be right back.
Your opinion matters, and we want to hear from you. Get in touch with us using our viewer feedback line, your direct connection to shaping the shows you love. It's easy. Just grab your phone, scan the QR code on your screen, and take our quick survey. Share your thoughts, and let's make your viewing experience even better.
Welcome back to Sharing Our Cultures, and we're going to continue our conversation with Winnie.
Thank you.
Now, I would like now to know how you started off with the sewing. Like, did you have some experience of sewing? Did you learn it when you came here? And then maybe after that you can tell us how someone could start a business if they wanted to here.
Okay, so growing at home back in Africa, you stay with so many people apart from your siblings. You have aunties, uncles, cousins, all of you staying in the same house, like a large family. So my aunt was always sewing, and that's where we could jump into her sewing machine to mend things, and that was where the passion came from. I started sewing from childhood. But coming here, you have different names. What we name things back home is different from here, and I needed someone to just show me through. I had to go to Ann Templating. It's down in downtown. So I had like some courses with them just to let me understand the whole theory about the sewing here in Canada. And they were able to help me. They were the starting point of my sewing here in Canada.
So did you have to take an actual course?
Yes.
Okay. So how long did that course
I think
last?
it was either 2 weeks or 4 weeks. I can't really remember.
Okay.
But
anyway, you
thereabouts.
were able to take a course which sort of helped you to know kind of what the standards are actually here
Yes.
of sewing. So when you were back home and using the sewing machine at your home, what sort of things did you make?
There were just funny things like aprons, caps, children thing you make for doll babies,
Little did you know.
Exactly. Little did I know it's going to be something today.
Yes. Yeah. So that's great. It's good to see the connection from your childhood to where you are now.
Yes.
So if someone is thinking of starting a business, not necessarily producing products with fabrics, if they're just thinking of starting a business, what were some of the challenges you faced, or what were some of the tips that you can give them that maybe will be useful to them?
Okay. First, I'll say start with your passion.
Okay.
If you do what you like, you start a business with what you enjoy doing, you don't see it like a work. You just see it like something that your happy place, you relax. My husband practically have to pull me out of my workroom, you know, because it's my happy place. So start with your passion. Then if you have a passion, look out for mentors. I know it's very scarce, but look out for mentors because you have rules here, you have taxes, you have thresholds. For like the Canada revenue, you need to know that when you get to a certain threshold, you need to register your business. All that you need to put into consideration. You need to find out if you want to incorporate or you want to do an enterprise like a sole proprietorship. There are rules for sole proprietorship and there are rules for incorporation. So most times it's good to walk up to the, we have the registry on Elizabeth Avenue. You can walk up to them and ask them questions. I know it's hard to have mentors. We have some programs here in Newfoundland. You can walk up to the Newcomers Association too. They really helped me in starting the business. They were the one that gave me like, this is the threshold for CRA, Canada Revenue Agency, and they also told me about the Newfoundland Craft Council. They are very, very helpful. They would help you with information all the way. And in all, I would say give it your very best. Give it your very best, and you will succeed.
That's
Definitely.
that's very good advice. Your passion and your very best for success. Now, you were so successful, I guess, in the farmers market that someone wanted to write about you and about your business. So, can you tell us about that?
So, I was just making my sales like a regular day. Just as I said, it's my happy place. When people come around, I say things to make them happy. I tell them, this is the best apron in town. If you're cooking them, they are magical. You make the best food. And I say things to make people happy just because it's my happy place. And everybody wants to be happy. A woman walked up to me and she saw the way I was so excited selling the marks and selling all the products. I never knew it's going to be a story that will be written off. So later on, she took my contact and she said she threw it away or maybe she misplaced it but she now said, I need to reach this lady. She kept searching for me until a particular day she found the cards and she reached out to me. And Winnie, if we write a story about you, do you mind? I laughed. I said, what do you want to write about me? What's there to write about me? She said, you need to know there is something great you're doing here. We need to encourage people coming in, to let people know that even though you're not in the country you were born and brought up, you could still make it here in Canada. You could still be somebody. You don't just leave yourself, you know, just that way. I said, good. If you want to write, tell me what you want to know. And that's where the story of the Winnie and the Magic Mask came about.
Okay, so the title of it is Winnie and the Magic Mask.
Yes.
And it's part of a book that this author wrote.
Yes.
Right? And yours is one of how many stories?
There are 5 stories of unique women that they are successful here in Canada in different provinces. I was chosen for Newfoundland to say my success story, to encourage youth, to encourage children, and to encourage both everyone coming into Canada to say, you're unique, you can become something if you determine yourself to be.
Well, congratulations. I think that says a lot if someone can walk into the whole farmers market, I know with over 30 vendors there, and be attracted to you and the way you were presenting what you were selling and wanted to write a book. So later on we will get to read a bit of an excerpt from that. Okay. Right? Oh,
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Yes.
So you have these lovely fabrics that you've made all these products from. Can you tell us where do you get them? I don't think I've seen them here, so I couldn't purchase them at the fabric store here. But tell me, what's the process? How do you get these?
So first, when I started the Newfoundland Craft, the Canadian Association, they helped me to find information to bring this fabric all the way from Africa. I'm from Nigeria. most African fabrics, they are almost all the same. You cannot differentiate from, from Ghana, from Nigerian, South African, and all that. It's just called African fabric. Some people give it different names like Ankara. So I go back home to shop from a wholesaler. They put it together, so I have to find out cargo company that would bring it all the way to Newfoundland. And that's how I bring it. Sometimes it takes like 3 to 4 months. I try to use the sea cargo because it's the cheaper way, because if I use the air freight cargo, it's gonna be too much. And I want this product to be on every hand, so I try to make a wholesale purchase. I wait for 3 to 4 months to restock, and it's been that way. I bring the fabric all the way.
Okay. Are there particular countries from which you get the fabric from in Africa?
I bring from Ghana, Uganda, and Nigeria for now.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
And then you bring that through a shipping company?
Yes.
Okay. So is there special license you need? Like how does that happen? What's the process? Because I'm thinking about myself. If I wanted to bring something, from Africa, like what would be the first place I'll go? And how do you do that?
So first, I had to go back home to look into these people selling this product. Getting it, you buy from them, you have to you have to post the money back to them, they have to convert it to their currency, whichever country I just mentioned. Once you do the purchase, you finalize with them, you have to let them do the packaging and send it to the cargo company. The cargo company, what they do is that you pay them to bring it down to Canada. They pay the custom fees. You're not involved with the custom fees and all that, because it might be, I tried at first to open, call CRA and explaining to them, I have to bring this in. I created an import account and all that. They explained the process to me. So I had to do more research. So it's more like bringing in, it's way better. You don't put yourself into much stress. Let the cargo company and the logistic company pay just like you pay other cargo company. Let them do the clearing fees. Let them do what you're supposed to do. You just get an evidence of your payment and an evidence that it was cleared through customs, then you should be covered.
Good. That's very good information.
Yeah.
So now I think we're going to ask you if you will read a short excerpt from the story that was written about you.
Okay, I'll just bring it up. Okay. So I'm going to say, Winnie and the family worked long hours every day. Everyone wanted to buy her Macs because they were so cheery. They fell in love with the vivid colors and the delightful patterns. From the top of Signal Hill to the trace of Cape Spur, from the shores of Bonavista Bay to the corner of Conor Brooks, people came all over Newfoundland to buy Winnie's Macs. And they placed them on their face. Something magical happened. People began to feel happy again. They shared jokes and stories with one another. Musical laughter filled the air. They got closer together and their eyes sparkled. People felt alive once more. And as for the nasty virus, it bounced off the face mask and flew into the sky, winding its way through the clouds. It's time the flea market reopened. Winnie sold her masks and many more items. Soon her business began to flourish, just as she imagined, and Newfoundland became a newfound home.
Thank you so much. That's so beautiful. That's a good way to bring this conversation to a close. But I really enjoyed talking with you and learning, and lots of people watching will be able to learn something that will be useful for them. So thank you so much for taking the time. Thank you for sharing all your talents and love and passion and hard work with everyone here in our province. We really do appreciate you and your contributions. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. It's a pleasure for me and my family. This is home for us, and we'll want everybody to know that we're proud to take this place as our home, and we want to share everything we cherish and love with our home.
Thank you.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you. And Sharing Our Cultures will be right back. Thanks to Winnie for sharing about her business, and you can check her out at the Farmers Market. Thanks to you for watching. Join us again next time for more remarkable stories.